battling the elements and battling a long and arduous road trip. Both of these programs have made their way to snow-blasted Watertown. It is the Watertown Civic Arena. Great to be with you on hand. David Tewksbury here for the YouTube stream. Tell you what, we got a great matchup tonight. Two great matchups, as a matter of fact. First and foremost, we've got the Comets of Mayville State University, the #1 seed, a program receiving votes in the last top 25 poll, battling the Vikings of VCSU. This is a matchup I expect fireworks. I expect good defense. I expect good offense. I expect two teams that know each other really well and two really well-coached programs. Ryan Montgomery, a really solid coach in this VCSU program for the Vikings of Valley City State. He's been doing it for a long time. He's won a lot of games, and his adversary tonight is the newly anointed NSAA Coach of the Year. That, of course, would be one Brandon McGruder. Great to be with you here on the YouTube stream that is from Watertown Aero Activities. The Comets, they come into this one with a record of 23-5, 12-2 in the North Star under head coach Brandon McGruder. They got the dub this last Tuesday night at home from the Louis Lee Fieldhouse, downing the Saints of Presentation College. As for the Vikings of VCSU, they are a team that they are very, I'd say more than capable of putting up a Hunsky. That's right, a 102 spot. As a matter of fact, last time these two teams played each other, talking about the Vikings of VCSU against Mayville, 102-98 was the final score last time these two teams played each other. Of course, you had the likes of the Vikings of VCSU taking care of business to advance to this one here as well. Comets, you would think, are the favorite just because of the numbers ahead of them. They've won X amount of straight games. They've got 23 wins. But you know what? Coach Montgomery, he's been doing this for a long time. He might have the antidote here tonight. Vikings are 16-13 on the season and 8-6 in the North Star, and a squad with a plethora of all-conference players as well. And again, these are two teams that are very well coached as it pertains to both offense and defense. I just expect to see a lot of good stuff tonight, just from a pure basketball fan's perspective. First time these two teams played each other, Mayville State, they got the win 84-72. A very well-balanced attack that night, you would think, right? Well, no, Thomas Gieske doing his thing. The NSAA Player of the Year was a perfect, yes, that's right, perfect 14 for 14 from the field that night, 32 points. He had Jamison Kramer pouring in a baker's dozen, Trent Blackshire with 15 there as well. Valley City State was led by Devontae Munson's 22 points. He had 14 each from Duth Gotch and Caden Ricard, but just 6 days later, as the destination switched to the bubble, it was a 102-98 victory for this Viking squad, and Gieske got 26. He also attempted 14 shots, but this time he missed 5 of them. Jay Kanahwate dropped in a dozen. You had 19 from Jacques Safra, Colby Dillenbeck, and Steele Zinski also in double figures there as well. But Caden Ricard, big day, 22 points, 17 from Devontae Munson, 13 from Duth Gotch, 15 from Joseph Owens. A couple other players also in double figures in Sand and Bedgood as well. So anytime you get 6 players in double figures, more often than not, you're going to win the ball game, and that's exactly what Valley City did that night. Once again, give us some notes on the old chat, the live chat there on YouTube. We got a shout out to Midwest Lifestyles. Midwest Lifestyles coming out and saying, go Comets, wishing them the very best of luck tonight there. I'm assuming up there from Mayville, North Dakota, up in the North Dakota State. The Nodak State, couple of these programs not really separated by a whole lot of real estate. They know each other well, and these are two teams that flat out have the ability to go off on any given night. That is for sure. Just about set for tip-off here. We'll have the national anthem. We'll go ahead and kick things over to our public address here, Mark, and we'll have that as well as your starting lineups. All of that and more is coming up next via the Watertown Aero Activities YouTube stream.
Between the Valley City State Vikings and the Mayville State University Comets. At this time, we ask you to remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. The North Star Athletic Association and the NAIA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators, and request your cooperation by supporting the participants and the officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, and/or team refs will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Thank you for your cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, let me direct your attention to the center court, where our champions of character team members from Valley City State and Mayville State will begin the game with a ceremonial handshake. Congratulations to Hunter Sand and Sam Grayson on being student athletes who best represent the 5 core values of integrity, respect, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership. And now your starting lineups. First, for the visiting team on the scoreboard, the Valley City State Vikings. At a guard, a 6-foot sophomore, number 2, Hayden Ricard. Another guard, a 6'5" senior, number 4, Dude Gotch. At a guard, a 6'3" senior, number 10, Devontae Munson. At a guard, a 6-foot senior, number 12, Tate Hebrink. And at a forward, a 6'8" sophomore, number 33, Hunter Lyman. Head coach, Ryan Montgomery. And now your starting lineups for the home team on the scoreboard, the Mayville State Comets. At a guard, a 6-foot junior, number 3, Juan Carlos Manolete. A forward, a 6'4" sophomore, number 10, Tane Mitchell. A guard, a 6'3" sophomore, number 12, Sebastian Griffin. A forward, at 6'3" and a senior, number 23, Thomas Biski. And at a forward, a 6'6" junior, number 35, Jameson. Head coach, Brandon Magruder. Tonight's officials.
And once again, just 1 hour, 18 minutes separate these two programs. Well, it depends on who's driving. If you got a lead foot, 73 miles is all between Valley City and Mayville, North Dakota. It's Ricard, Gotch, Munson, Hebrink, and Lyman for head coach Ryan Montgomery, 7th year. And for first year head coach and NSAA coach of the year, Brandon Magruder's crew, he sends out Kanahate, Mitchell, Griffin, and Kramer. Mayville State, home whites, white tops, white shorts with the blue trim. Mayville State written across the chest in blue with blue numbers as you see it on the right-hand side of your screen. And the Vikings in their cardinal tops, cardinal shorts trimmed in blue and white, and Vikings written across the chest in white with white numbers. Hey, I'm the radio guy, so I got to get that taken care of, even though we are on the YouTube stream. Mayville State, with their crowd really well represented here in Watertown. Of course, the road to get here to Watertown was paved through, well, a lot of snow. VCSU Downing Bellevue, 72-54, and of course, Mayville State Downing Presentation College. Mayville State will control the opening tip. They'll go from right to left. This is Kanahate in the corner, near side for Gieske. For Kanahate down the boulevard. Thomas in the corner for 3. That one's around and out. Rebound taken out of bounds by nobody, and out of bounds off of the Comets of MSU. Vikings again 16-13 on the season, 8-6 in the North Star. More than capable any single night in this conference of going off. Ditto for the Comets, 23-5 and 12-2. This is Munson circling one-on-one against Mitchell. Takes him off the dribble, drives inside, and missed the shot, got his own rebound, and Duth Gotch sticks it with the right hand, and Vikings, they draw first blood. The right hand from Duth. We have a whistle and a cylinder violation on Caden Ricard. It's going to be his first foul. first on either squad. And 50 seconds in, we've already got fireworks. What do you talk about at the top of the broadcast? I think we're going to see some fireworks here tonight. Duthgach with a highway to the hoop. Inbounds pass comes for Sebastian Griffin. Griffin given not a whole lot of space. Kanahate against Munson. Vikings kind of in a zone look to a degree here. Griffin penetrates, got away with a step, looks to swing it for Gieske, but it's chased down by Mitchell instead. 7 to shoot. He'll drive, backdoor feed. Griffin, baseline jumper, a little floater, won't go. Gets his own rebound, up fake, score it with the left hand off the glass. And we're tied up at 2 apiece as that shot clock was winding down, got the shot to fall. Caden Ricard going to cross the timeline from left to right. Full acceleration into the painted area. Nice move around the baseline. Back outside for Hebrink. He'll drive on Kanahate. Lost it. Got it back. Munson penetrating inside. Goes up with the right-hand floater. Will not go. Rebound taken by MSU. So both teams making a real concerted effort so far early to kind of work it in the paint, except for Kanahate for 3. Bring it up. That one from downtown from the left wing. J.C. Kanahate, 42% from beyond the curve. That's his 22nd of the season. Mayville with a 5-2 advantage. Duth looking to hand off. He's got Munson corner, a baseline drive. Nice defense by MSU. Hebrink in between the rings. Ricard for 3. Right back at you. Caden Ricard from downtown. That one from the ring. And he can stroke it. He can fill it up very, very quick. He's a really solid three-point shooter, 37%, and we're tied up at 5 apiece. Loose ball in the lane, chased down by Hebrink, and here comes VCSU back the other way with numbers. 3 on 2. Gotch, baseline drive, that's a charge, isn't it? Ooh, they're gonna call a block. Ooh, that's a toughie. I thought he might have got there just in time. Referees say not quite. Duthgach, NSAA all-defensive team. The Packer, who just packed one on his first exchange from Austin High School. He will get a couple of free throws here to try to give VCSU the advantage. Duth toes the free throw line. His first is in the air, and that is up and good. Duthgach 79% from the charity stripe. And he'll get one more to try to make it a 2-point advantage. You bet. 7-5 in favor of VCSU. Crossing the timeline here. Mayville State, little token pressure in the backcourt. Coach Montgomery's crew will do that. This is Griffin. Play a little catch with Kanahate out up top. With 15 to shoot. Kanahate in the corner. Right wing, Trey on the way. It's off the heel. Missed by Mitchell, got a good look. And rebound cleared by VCSU. Caden Ricard plays Munson. High screen, top of the wheel. Thinking about a step back. Now he'll pull up from 15. Won't go. Rebound back tapped into the hands of Sebastian Griffin as Mayville State back the other way, trailing by a basket with 16:50 to go in this first half. Kanahate baseline, gave it up for Gieske. Ball fake and a drive. Extra pass in the corner. Kanahate thought about a 3, puts it on the deck instead. Kicks to the left-hand side, a ball fake to the ghost. Nobody's there. This is Kramer from downtown. Left it short, and I think you're gonna have a loose ball foul against Thomas Gieske. And that'll be his first. Thomas Gieske, of course, NSAA Player of the Year, first team all-conference player. Sartell High School there, the Sabres. Really, really solid player, and there's nothing about his game that's really overly sexy. You know, he's not an incredible anything, but then you look at the scoreboard and the box score afterwards, and you're like, oh my gosh, this guy had 28 points and 14 rebounds. So he's just a really, really good player. Really solid. Shout-outs to Sandy Haskamp saying, go Thomas Beast Gieske from your fans up in Minnesota. Gotcha 3. That one's short. Rebound cleared by Mayville State. Continue to send in those chats. We'll give you shout-outs here on the broadcast. Kanahate circling. Great pass inside for Gieske, who lays it in. What a seeing eye pass from Kanahate, and you cannot leave Gieske that open in the painted area as he finishes off the window, and we're tied up at 7 apiece. Near side, Hebrink, poked at by JC. He'll drive and kick for Eddie Oyette in the game now for the first time. Owens drives, floats, and just barely missed it. Rebound cleared by Gieske. Back the other way comes Sebastian Griffin. He'll drive, dribble the ball off of his foot, but got it back. Kanahate, step back three-pointer, short. Board by Kramer inside, and spotting up at the top of the wheel is a Comet, but they didn't find him in time. That's Griffin driving into the paint. Left it backdoor for Gieske against Hebrink. Extra pass, 9 to shoot. Driving inside, layup off the window will fall for Jamison Kramer. Making a return trip to his hometown. He was born here, Jamison Kramer was. I don't think he played any games here when he was just a youngster, but making a homecoming to a certain degree. Owens misses in close, but gets his own rebound as he works hard on the glass and lays it in, and we're tied up at 9 apiece with 5 minutes gone by in this first half. Kanahate doubled, nice ball fake with the pass. Gieske goes baseline, nice spin cycle layup, and a foul on Owens. Ooh. That's a toughie. Gieske's gonna head to the free throw line for a couple here. Has the nice spin move here, right? There you go. And I don't know, that looks like pretty good defense to me. Joseph Owens, the guilty party, and Gieske to the free throw line. He'll get a couple. Another multi-sport athlete, Thomas Gieske is. Obviously boys basketball in high school, as he'll stroke home the first free throw. Track and field as well. Get this for Thomas Gieske. Also a football player. I mean, linebacker, tight end, high jump, long jump, and triple jump. Every time I watch someone do the triple jump, I get nervous. He'll split a pair. Jumper from the near side will not go by Hebrink. And rebound cleared by MSU and a 1-point advantage. Kanahate penetrating, left it back inside, nice up fake, and he'll go glass. Jamison Kramer does. And it's a 3-point advantage for MSU with 14:35 left to go in this first half. Little 3-man weave. Owens, full head of steam, lay it in off the window. Nice contest by Gieske, but Owens just hanging in the lane for what felt like an eternity. He lays it in. This is Griffin on the wing. A ball fake, pass it directed into the hands of Duth Gotch. 2-on-2 numbers, loose ball. Who's going to get it? It's going to be out of bounds off of Mayville State. Ball's going to stay on this end of the floor. More shout outs to Aubrey Dutton. She says roll Mets. Tiana Turnbull, I'm guessing maybe that's Jack's mother, perhaps. Jack Turnbull, a former Comet from Mayville State University, all the way from down under. Recruited, of course, by Darren Ty. Gotch, catch and shoot. He'll put it in from downtown on the right wing. Duth Gotch, 31% three-point shooter on the season, but was nails there. And VCSU leads it 14-12 on the Avera Orthopedic scoreboard. But I would say if I was working for doing a little radio tonight, but here we are on the YouTube stream. It's going to happen at some point. Driving, backdoor feed for Gieske, lost it on the way up. Great fast, quick pace by both programs as Kanahate just hit him right in the hands, but Gieske just could not quite handle it. 14-12 your score, VCSU. 13:41 left to go in this first half as Hebrink crosses the timeline. Looking to hand off, now he'll keep. He's got Owens on the wing, he's got him. Owens, shimmy shakes, got his defender in the air, kept his foot down somehow. Munson, back out for Owens. He'll pull up from 17, stroke it home. Nice jump shot there from the wing from Joseph Owens. By way of Iowa Lakes Community College and VCSU enjoying a 4-point advantage here with 13:15 to go. In the corner, Kramer spotting up for three, short. Rebound taken, and we're gonna have a loose ball foul away from the ball. I think it's gonna be on Munson. Devontae Munson, the guilty party here. Trying to pin his defender down on the defensive glass. So, ball's gonna stay on this side of the floor. Winder Joseph in for Mayville State. He's looking to trigger in and have that ball just denied by Eddie Oyette, or Edmund Paul Oyette, as he's going by this year. He was just Eddie last year. Edmund doing a nice job with the nice active hand there. 20 to shoot for Mayville State, trailing by 4. 13:11 to go in this first half. Again, don't forget this is men's basketball now, so they go halves. Of course, on the women's side, they go quarters. Inbounds pass comes for Kramer. Lost it. Now he gets it back somehow. Dropped it off inside. Loose ball again. Now taken away by VCSU. Leaking out is Gotch, but poked away by Joseph. Winder for Gieske. He was blocked by Owens. Loose ball still picked up by VCSU. 2-on-3. This is Duth Gotch. Down the boulevard, fake it and take it away, and a turnover. I think it's got to be a double dribble, right? That's a good call. And the Vikings will turn it over with 4, make that 12:48 left to go in this first half. Mayville State shooting 45% to start. Valley City at 46%. 4 giveaways for Mayville State to just 1 for VCSU. Vikings 2 for 3 from downtown. The Comets just 1 for 6. 4 dimes on 6 made field goals for the Vikings. And 3 helpers on 5 made baskets for the Comets. Joseph works at far side for Blackshire. Rifles off a pass for Griffin. Sebastian puts it on the deck, finds Joseph. Gets past Oyette, runs with the leaner, and floats and scores with the right-handed runner. Winder Joseph gets that shot to fall. 2-point advantage for the visitors on the scoreboard. Little 3-man weave around the perimeter with the pass, that is. Ricard on the wing against Trent Blackshire. Nice sticky tight coverage there. Lost it and taken away for the moment. Now here comes Griffin back the other way. 2 on Griffin, coast to coast, had it swatted by Munson, and now back the other way comes VCSU. They have number 3 on 2. Oyette for Munson. He'll penetrate. He will swoop and score off glass. 18-14 in favor of VCSU early. Nice job by Munson, just getting some air. De Silva in the corner far side, plays Blackshire. The runner won't go. Loose ball in the lane, who's gonna get it? Both teams fighting for it, and Owens made contact with the ball, and on the outlet pass, just barely stepped on that baseline. Just barely. One more look at this block shot. They wanted a, ooh, that was close. They wanted a goaltend. You know, I don't know. I thought that looked pretty clean to me. It was really close. Play is happening at 100 miles an hour. Tough call or tough non-call, but I think they might have got it right. De Silva lost it, swings it for Winder Joseph. Joseph puts the ball on the deck, swings it for De Silva. 8 to shoot. Blackshire dropped it off inside for Safra. Dylan Beck down low, lost it, and they're gonna reset the shot clock. I don't think that ball hit the iron. Ryan Montgomery is saying, hey, that ball did not touch the iron, and the referees are gonna talk about it. And Dylan Beck got it with a full head of steam. He was underneath the basket. I don't think that ball touched the rim. I think it hit, if anything, underneath the backboard. So maybe it might just be going the other way for VCSU. We'll see. Or maybe they just reset the shot clock to 1 or 2. Shout out to Brenda Werner watching from Saskatchewan, Canada. She says, go Comets. Comets need a little bit of work to do right now, trailing by 4. 18-14 your score with 11:22 to go as the referees are talking to the folks at the scores table. Got a shot of Nick Huntemer there, one of the best SIDs, not only in the conference, but also the country. One of the most hardest working guys in this NAIA. There he is all the way to the left with the spectacles on. Also referees too. I mean, he does a little bit of everything. Referees are still talking about it. Want to give a big shout out to Roger Turnus for putting us here on the broadcast tonight. Ryan Remmers and his entire crew just does an incredible job here at the Watertown Arena. And also a big shout out goes to the Convention and Visitors Bureau as well for hosting us. 18-14, referees are still having a conference. I think they're talking about Buffalo Wild Wings, don't you think? No, garlic Parmesan, I'm not quite sure. I'm more of a tangy tangerine guy myself. That's exactly what they're talking about over there, right? Maybe not. Referees are having a conference with Ryan Montgomery and the assistant coach Tim Wagner in there as well. And here comes the chants from the Mayville State crowd. You know, they definitely showed up down here to Watertown. Don't see as many Cardinal colors here. I mean, there's some Vikings fans, don't get me wrong, but Mayville State, they made it a real point to show up here. So Coach Montgomery not pleased with the call, and to be honest, I think he's got a good case to be upset because I don't think that ball went off the iron, and they're going to keep the shot clock at 20. I don't know. That's a tough deal. Well, for the Vikings, you just got to D up. Safra in the corner for 3. Well, missed everything. Rebound taken by VCSU. Here comes Duth Gotch into the front court, looking to give it up. Skip pass for Ricard, near side. Caden given space by Joseph. Devontae Munson yo-yos his way down main, left it inside for Owens, and he is bumped and fouled. Let's see whom the guilty party is this time. It's going to be on De Silva. That's what they said. That'll be his first. Hunter Sand checking in for VCSU. Career high 31 points against the Saints last year of Presentation College on 6 of 8 shooting from downtown. Catch and shoot Owens. Rims out. Rebound taken by Blackshire. And the outlet pass to Winder Joseph. Dylan Beck, down main. Layup. Won't go. Rebound taken by VCSU, and Munson quickly back into transition. He'll penetrate. He lost it. Had his pocket picked by Joseph. 3-on-3. Joseph, coast to coast. Lay it up and in, and the foul. Winder Joseph showing the muscles over Owens there as well. And that is a heck of a play by Winder Joseph. He says, just call me Win. Well, we can do that. That's exactly what Mayville State's looking to do here tonight for a chance to dance in the NSAA championship tomorrow. Transfer from West Hills College, Winder Joseph going glass, absorbing the contact, hooping the harm over the likes of Joseph Owens. His second, and Joseph toes the free throw line for the and one. Deep exhale, eyes it. Strokes it home. 1 point ball game in favor of VCSU with 10:40 left to go in this first half. Good pace for both of these teams. Handful of turnovers though each way, 9 combined. Driving inside is Ricard. He's going to be fouled as he took a shot inside. Dylan Beck and Gieske were both there. Observe some contact. Joseph also kind of poked in there as well. Take your pick on who the guilty party is. They're going to call it on Jacques Safra. So free throw coming up here for Caden Ricard, NSAA honorable mention. The Spartan from Fargo North High School will tickle the twine for the free throw. Caden dropped in 43 points, the most points he's ever scored in a game against Valley City High School as a senior. I think Coach Montgomery saw that and said, hey, we got to go out and get this guy. 3-point ball game, VCSU +3. Blackshire looking to swing it. He's got Joseph. Winder plays catch with Safra. Back outside for Joseph on the wing. Elevates from 19, left it short. Rebound taken in the painted area by Nick. Check that, Hunter Lyman, I should say. Valley City back the other way. Full head of steam. Ricard just ran out of real estate. Had his pass go into the hands of Munson. He'll pull up from 17, won't go, and Joseph stabs the rebound. Mayville State quickly back in transition. De Silva for Blackshire. Trent banging down low against Ricard. Nice turnaround jumper. Tough shot. Are you kidding me? What a shot right there from Trent Blackshire. My goodness, he made that look so easy. I promise you it's anything but. 20-19 your score. Mayville State down 1 with 9:40 to go. Ricard, stop and pop three-pointer. Book it. Right back at you from the right slot as Caden Ricard dials it up from long range, and it's a 4-point advantage for VCSU. Safra circling. He's got Dylan Beck. Near side baseline, had it ripped away by Ricard, but a foul. And we've got the under 10 media timeout. And we're going to go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout, I would think here, unless the referees are going to let this thing go. And here we are, the under 10 media timeout. 23-19 your score, 9:24 to go. Vikings +4. We are back in 1 minute to Watertown after this.
My name is Hunter Sand. I am a senior. I'm an elementary education major, and I'm from Pekin, North Dakota. My go-to meal is probably chicken Alfredo. My favorite sports team is probably the Minnesota Twins. My favorite TV show is SportsCenter. The person I look up to most is my brother. When I'm not playing basketball, I like to hunt and fish. If I could travel anywhere in the world, I would go to probably Greece.
That's Hunter Sand, the NSAA Champion of Character Award winner for the Vikings of VCSU. And this is an all-out athlete talking about Hunter Sand. That is kind of a cool deal about him. I don't know, he says he wants to go to Greece at some point in time in his life. When he's going to go ahead and do such a thing, they're going to scan him through the airport, and they're going to say, hey, you got 2 plates and 12 screws in your forearm. That's a football injury from high school. And he's still out there balling on the college basketball level. So, I mean, you talk about an all-out athlete, Hunter Sand. Man, he just killed Presentation College last year. I mean, this was a guy just seemingly couldn't miss. If memory serves correctly, he was 11 of 14 from the field, 6 of 8 from downtown, and that was just a dude that was locked in that night at the bubble. 23-19, VCSU with the advantage. Joseph looking to trigger in, just barely beat that 5-second count. Dylan Beck leans in, won't go, fights for the rebound, he won't get it. Tate Hebrink does. Back the other way comes VCSU, running point right now. Devontae Munson, he's on the wing to the far side against Blackshire. Hunter Sand on the right-hand side of the floor, looking for a little bit of help. Munson calling for it. This is Bedgood getting it instead. Cleveland drives, floats, scores off the window. Little smooch to everybody back up in Valley City. And the Vikings enjoying a 6-point advantage. This is De Silva for 3. How is that not a foul? He got absolutely hammered. Well, some people thought it was a flop. He missed the shot, but VCSU gets it back. Penetrating inside. Extra pass poked away, and we're going to have a loose ball foul against VCSU as Winder Joseph tried to take it away. Boy, they called that a flop. I don't know. There was some contact there on a three-pointer, and typically when you see a three-pointer go down, a three-point shooter go down that hard, they typically err on the side of a foul. And not the case this time. So free throws upcoming here for Duth Gotch. And you got Bedgood, Sand, Hebrink, Munson, and Hunter Lyman out there for VCSU. Dylan Beck, Blackshire, Winder Joseph, Jacques Safra. And I think Gieske checked back in as well. First free throw up in the air and good. Gieske back in. 7 team fouls for VCSU. 4 for the home squad on the scoreboard. That's Mayville State. Joseph eyes the second free throw and strokes them both home. Hunter Sand will trigger it into the near side for Tate Hebrink. Be fronted on by Jacques Safra. So across the timeline here. 8.5 to go. Top of the wheel, Lyman. Handoff for Hebrink from Sand. Looking for help. He's got Bedgood, but keeping it on the far side is Devontae Munson. Munson, a jab step, a crossover, a lean-in floater, won't go off glass. Rebound cleared by Joseph. 4-on-3 numbers. Joseph, full acceleration. The runner is good again. That little teardrop from Winder Joseph just continues to fall. That little runner from about 12, 13 feet out, that's cash right now as Joseph is heating up. He's got 9 points. Tate Hebrink into the front court, given space by Jacques Safra. Sand plays catch with Tate Hebrink. This is Munson. Work at far side. Hebrink, a baseline drive against Safra. A little contact there, and Jacques picks up the whistle. Jacques Safra, his second foul. And with 7:49 to go, team foul number 5 for Mayville State. Tate Hebrink will trigger it into the far side, I would think. See, maybe we can find Cleveland Bedgood out there. Winder Joseph playing some sticky tight defense. Jacques Safra out. Mayville State sending Sebastian Griffin back in. And bounce pass comes to the top of the wheel. This is Munson. Step back, thought about a 3. Works outside for Bedgood from downtown. That one's short. Rebound taken by Trent Blackshire, and we're gonna have a foul, I think a loose ball foul, as head coach Ryan Montgomery on the sideline in just disbelief. Ditto for Hunter Lyman, and did we get a technical foul too? Or do they call this the other way? Now head coach Brandon Magruder wants a clarification. So a lot of talk about some officiating here in the first 12 minutes and change to a degree. And we keep it on this end of the floor. Lyman circling, handing off for Munson. He'll elevate, he'll miss it badly. Rebound back tapped, he's gonna, nope, not gonna get it. Taken away by Gieske. Blackshire swooping and scoring with the left hand off the window. That could have been an and one. Looked like Hebrink might have got a little bit of contact with his upper shoulder, maybe the head and neck area, but no call, and just like that, we're tied at 25 with 7:14 to go in this one. Crowd getting into it. Hebrink gets past Gieske, stops on a dime, kicks to the right-hand side. This is Bedgood. Dropped it off inside, gets through the hands of Bedgood. Cleveland gets it back. Cleveland checked by Joseph, 10 to shoot. A baseline drive, he'll float, he'll miss it, but he's fouled by Winder Joseph. That'll be his first. And Mayville State picks up their 7th team foul. And free throws upcoming for Mayville State. And you're gonna have Cleveland Bedgood towing the free throw line for a couple. High school quarterback back in the day at Miami Southridge High School there, the Spartans. Obviously a basketball player here as well. Bedgood toes the free throw line for a couple. And they'll stroke home the first. Boy, these teams just know each other so well. And I said during the women's broadcast, which by the way, Dakota State defeating Dickinson 82-37. And then Mayville defeating Bellevue 76-59. I said, I think on paper, this one tonight, these two teams, this could be the matchup of the night. Two really good teams. Backdoor feed, slam shut, and taken away. Nice active hands by Devontae Munson. Ebrink, full head of steam, throttles it back down. Bedgood, top of the circle. Shimmy shakes and drives. Looks to give it up. He walked with it. Absolutely. That's a good call. VCSU gives it up for the 7th time in this first half. Mayville State with 5 giveaways as well. Shout out to Tanisha Jones. She says, "Let's go Vikings." Hashtag Munson's mom. So shout out to her. Vic Carlson saying Packer Nation chewing on Duth and Tate, lifelong basketball buddies. Yeah, these are two teams again that just know each other so well, and have a whistle as VCSU going to get it right on back here. Both teams with 17 fouls. Dylan Beck out, Kramer back in, and Duth Gotch back in for VCSU. He'll get Cleveland Bedgood. 6:29 to go. Inbounds pass comes for Tane Mitchell. Tane drives. He might have got away with an extra step. And we're going to have a whistle. And that could have been a situation where that shot goes off of the backboard. That should be a goaltend. This should be a basket and a shot. And this should be an and one. Watch, that ball goes up. That's goaltending. Referees are going to talk about it. Gieske should get 1 plus the potential penalty. Watch this. Drive, pass, that goes off the backboard. That should be goaltending. Oh man, I mean that's cut and dry. Head coach Brandon Magruder is saying the exact same thing. He's still at the half-court stripe saying, what? How's that not an and one on a goaltend? Coach, I don't know. We're tied at 27 apiece with 6:22 to go in this first half. Officiating never perfect, never is. Game goes so quickly. And now we're gonna have a hand check foul on this end of the floor, I think against Tane Mitchell. See if the referee saw it the exact same way. He did. Tane picks up his first foul, and that's the 8th on the team. So now more free throws upcoming here for VCSU. Devontae Munson will toe the free throw line. First team all-conference player from Roseville Area High School there, the Raiders. Munson's first throw on the 1-and-1 is no good, and rebound cleared by Joseph. Still tied at 27 apiece. Near side, this is Griffin, fronted on by Oyette, and Joseph gets it back. Oyette and Duth Gotch. Duth just ready to absorb that real estate. Kind of stayed put though. Gieske bumped, and a blocking foul against VCSU. The entire Vikings bench just in complete disbelief. 1-and-1 trip upcoming as Hunter Lyman, the guilty party this time. That's his second whistle. And Gieske to the free throw line. He'll get a couple. This will be a 1-and-1 trip. Of course, it will be a couple if he can make the first. Gieske on the season about 72%, averaging 16 per game, 7 rebounds per as well. NSAA Player of the Year for Thomas Gieske. First free throw is in the air, and he'll net that to give the Vikings a 1-point deficit, and the home squad, the Comets, a 1-point advantage. Gieske toes the free throw line right in front of the left. Couple of dribbles, puts the Spalding skyward, and he'll flash home the second. 29-27, 5:50 to go in this first half. Comets are getting a lot of valuable minutes here from Winder Joseph. Pass near side. Oyette gets it. Gotch, full head of steam against Gieske. Hands off for Devontae Munson. Oyette for 3. Ring it up. Eddie Oyette from that right-hand side drains from distance. 25% three-point shooter on the season, gives the Vikings a 1-point lead. Driving to the painted area, fadeaway Jay, left it short, fighting for the rebound in the lane, and now Tate Hebrink takes it away for VCSU. Hebrink crosses over, no-look pass, got it poked away for the moment, but Devontae Munson chases it down. Munson for Oyette, a baseline drive, hangs in the lane, nice block by Jamison Kramer, and a loose ball foul as well. Really good defense right there by Jamison Kramer. Just saying, return to sender. No way. And nice active hands by the gentleman making a return trip here to Watertown. Like we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, he was born here in the town that is Water. And Sebastian Griffin is going to go to the free throw line. He'll get a couple. Transfer from Nova Southeastern. That's way down in Florida. I mean, obviously he wants to be here now and compete tonight. But how'd you like to be in Florida right now? 75 degrees as opposed to the 13, 14 inches of snowfall that Watertown just saw. Of course, that's a D2 program there, Nova Southeastern. The Sharks. And he will sink his teeth into going 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 31-30, the Comets up by 1. 5 minutes to go, first half. This is Duth Gotch. Chest pass near side for Devontae Munson. A jab step. Gets his defender off kilter a little bit. He'll hand off on the perimeter. Jab step again. VCSU just wants to shoot a 3, it seems like, but they have it taken away. Joseph, near side for Griffin, missed the layup, and rebound taken by VCSU and Devontae Munson. Munson, full head of steam, leans in, whistle, offensive foul. And taking the charge was Sebastian Griffin, as he points to his sideline and says, "I told you." Boy, that's a highway collision right there. I mean, that's like it's like a Jeep Grand Cherokee on a deer or something like that. I mean, that was some contact right there. Jeep Grand Cherokee, that is. Holy smokes. Back the other way comes Mitchell. Back outside for Winder Joseph. Given not a lot of space by his defender. That's, of course, Cleveland Bedgood. Work at far side. Penetrating through the lane. Extra pass inside. Layup won't go. Gets his own rebound. How about Jamison Kramer cleaning up the garbage off the window? 33-30, Comets +3 with 4:02 to go in this first half. In the corner, far side. Now they'll work it around the perimeter. Top of the circle, Matthew Schlottman in the game. Yo-yoing his way down main. It's Duth Gotch on the right wing. Thought about a 3. Now takes a step back three-pointer, left it short. And rebound cleared by Winder Joseph. Outlet pass to Gieske, hanging, tough shot. Are you kidding me? Thomas Gieske, a highway to the hoop. Exit 23 on the reverse lay-in. Comets 35, Vikings 30. Boy, he got upstairs, soaring through the sky, much like a Comet does. 35-30, your score, Comets +5. We are back to Watertown in 30 seconds via the Watertown Aero Activities YouTube stream.
At Premier, it's about doing what's right for our customers, employees, and communities, giving our time and resources to support what matters most: academics and athletics, arts and entertainment, families and economic development. When you have the right people, financial solutions, and a spirit of service, you build one of the nation's strongest financial organizations. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Investing in you. Member FDIC.
3:40 time remaining in this first half. Vikings got off to a good start. Comets kind of reeled them back in a little bit. Good defense by Winder Joseph, but the Vikings, I guarantee you, this one's going down to the wire, friends. Just enjoy it. Hebrink on the perimeter. Skip pass for Duth Gotch. The floater left it short, and rebound cleared by MSU. I'm not so sure if he was trying to pass that to somebody, maybe. Joseph driving. Winder kicks to the perimeter, and Sebastian Griffin, 21 to shoot. Griffin against the zone. Alley-oop. Nice deep catch by Kramer, but ripped away and stolen away by Cleveland Bedgood. Nice active hands there by Cleveland. Bedgood in the corner, near side. Schlottman a 3. Put it in. Matthew Schlottman, the 6'9" forward from Hastings, Minnesota. All rope from that near side wing, and the Vikings trim the deficit down to 2. Now Hebrink with the intercept. Did he go out of bounds? They said he did. Hebrink had the intercept, but they said he was out of bounds. Boy, I didn't think his foot had touched yet, but the referee said yes. I'd like to see that one again. It was pretty close. 35-33, Vikings down by 2. And the inbounds pass comes into the backcourt for Sebastian Griffin. Chain of defense from the Vikings bench. Sebastian puts the ball on the deck. The left elbow had that ball kicked. And we're not playing soccer. Matthew Schlottman right there kicking that ball a little bit. Shout out to Ms. Kanawate listening in. She says, go Comets. JC probably going to get a little bit more playing time here before you know it. Of course, he's from Santiago, Dominican Republic. Inbounds pass comes in the corner for Griffin. Around the horn it comes. Nice ball fake. Oh, great pass. Are you kidding? Wow. Tane Mitchell finding Gieske, who lays it in 37-33. Very unselfish play right there for the Comets, who enjoy a 4-point lead with 2:20 left to go. Both teams shooting around 41%. Hebrink, extra pass out for Schlottman from way downtown. That one's around and out. Got a good look. That was kind of a heat check right there. Here comes Joseph into the front court, given a little bit of space by Cleveland Bedgood. He'll play catch out there on the perimeter with Griffin. Kramer in the corner against Hebrink. Kind of a mismatch there in terms of height. Joseph, extra pass for Griffin. Tane Mitchell, I should say. And, well, inertia happens, and sometimes you just run out of real estate, and you've left the air. And there's this old pesky thing called gravity. As Tate Hebrink runs into Tane Mitchell. Mitchell to the free throw line. He'll get a couple. Tane Mitchell from Blackwood High School there. That's down under. That's in Australia. As his first free throw is in the air and true. Played Aussie rules football. Cricket there as well. Cricket. Now that's a game I know absolutely nothing about. You know, players have superstitions too. Got a double shot, double not the left shoe, single not the right. Huh, that's interesting. I wonder if the other one always gets undone. Who knows? But it'll go 2 for 2. And to give the Comets a 6-point advantage. This is their biggest lead of the first half. $1:50 to go in this first half. We'll be joined with Cam Corey, visiting with one of the head coaches just before halftime. Schlottman banging down low. Floater will not fall. And the rebound is cleared by Mayville State, and a loose ball foul. I think we're going to call it on Devontae Munson. If it's on Munson, that'll be his second, and it is. And he doesn't like the call, but the whistle has already been blown. So free throws, more free throws upcoming for MSU, as Tane Mitchell will toe the free throw line for 2. Valley City State over the foul limit. They're in the double bonus. Mayville State is. Still single bonus, if you will, for Valley City. His first free throw was up and good. Here comes Oyette back in. He'll get his teammate who just picked up his second foul there, Munson, take a seat on the bench. Tane Mitchell, second free throw for the 8-point advantage. You bet. 41-33, 99 seconds left to go in this first half. Comets at 42% from the floor. VCSU at 39%. This is Bedgood up top, penetrates, stops on a dime, tries to bank it, won't go. Rebound taken by Sebastian Griffin. Griffin finds Kanawate into the front court. Works it far side for Sebastian Griffin. Split a double team. Works it for JC. 4-3. That one short. Rebound into the hands of Oyette. And the outlet pass to Tate Hebrink. 3-on-2 numbers. They're looking for Schlottman. He was open for an easy dunk, but instead has Schlottman in the corner to the near side. Bedgood, chest pass, far side for Hebrink. 18 on the game clock. Make that shot clock, pardon me. Game clock is at 53 seconds. Schlottman right slot for 3. You better believe it. How about this Matthew Schlottman kid? I mean, he can drill it from long range. Typically you think 6'9". Okay, he's got to be a post player. This guy's got range for days. Driving inside, kicking for Kanahate. Extra pass in the corner, 17 to shoot. Driving is Griffin, floats, not this time. Loose ball, chased down by Gieske. Being poked at, but he'll reload. About a 7-second game to shot clock differential here. Griffin wide open for 3, ring it up. Sebastian Griffin with a fist pump says, let's go ahead and go up 8 with 15 seconds to go. That one right in front of the VCSU bench. Hebrink handing off for Duth Gotch. 7 seconds, pass in the corner for Oyette, tries to save it, but he does, but right to the Comets. Kanahate left it inside, had that ball redirected. Kramer tries to put it up at the buzzer, and it will not go. Even if that ball did go down the cylinder, that shot would not have counted. Really fun first half. Both teams playing well. Vikings are shooting the tar out of the 3-ball right now. 6 for 10 from long range. Mayville State doing it mostly in the painted area, and in short range, they're just 2 for 10 from beyond the curve. And we'll see if we can be getting one of these interviews here very, very quickly with Cam Corey, as the head coach of the Comets is Brandon Magruder, and we'll see if we can rope him here in just a few short moments, as both teams are going to get warmed up for the nightcap here tonight between Dickinson State and also Waldorf. We'll find out tonight if the slipper still fits for those Warriors of Waldorf University, as of course they downed the Viterbo squad last week in that 7 versus 2 pairing. 44-36 your score on the scoreboard, as we are going to go ahead and kick things over to Mr. Cam Corey, as he's got head coach Brandon Magruder there right now.
All right, welcome to Aero TV. We're courtside right now with Coach McGregor of Mayville State, and fast and furious first half. Coach, from your vantage point, what did you guys do well at that second part? You guys really kind of advanced the ball well, and then what can you do to make some adjustments in halftime?
I think we did a pretty good job of contesting shooters, chasing them off the line. That was a big part of our game plan today. Last game, they were 15 of 26 from 3. So we put a pretty big emphasis on that. We still gave up a couple, more than I like, and I think by challenging some of those shots, we got some rebounds, some long rebounds at that. That they went out and got us some easy transition buckets, gave us some confidence. We just got to continue to attack them on offense. Their zone is really good. They have long, lanky athletes. We just got to keep getting to the middle of the zone, finding shooters, finding those dump-down guys, and just continue to play solid defense.
So clearly 2 teams that know each other very, very well. A lot of intensity out there. How about that crowd for Mayville State that traveled here?
Our crowd's been phenomenal all year, whether we're on the road or we're at home. They're a huge part of our success. It's probably one of the reasons why we're undefeated at home in conference play. Having them is definitely a 6th man, and we look forward to their continued support.
I agree. Good luck, Coach.
Right, thank you.
We'll send it back up to the Crow's Nest where Tukes is at.
All right, thank you, sir. That's Cam Corey joining us here courtside with head coach Brandon Magruder. And yeah, there's no question about it. They have had a fantastic crowd all season long. They're loud, they're animated, and they make a difference. And a hometown crowd that has that much juice and energy makes a big, big difference indeed. We'll take a break in the action. 44-36, your score after the game's first 20 minutes. We'll take a break and come on back with first half numbers from the Watertown Civic Arena after this.
At Premier, it's about doing what's right for our customers, employees, and communities, giving our time and resources to support what matters most: academics and athletics, arts and entertainment, families and economic development. When you have the right people, financial solutions, and a spirit of service, you build one of the nation's strongest financial organizations. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Investing in you. Member FDIC.
What drew me to Mayville State was first the football program. So they offered me a football scholarship. And when I went on my visit, I got to talk to a lot of professors as well as students in the education department. And it really just seemed like a family. And that's what made me really want to join Mayville State in the education department. There's a couple things that make me want to be a teacher. So one of them was the teachers that I had in elementary. They were all great role models. Another thing is some students don't really have a positive male role model in their life. So I want to be an elementary education teacher to be a positive role model for young students. I really enjoy all the professors that I've had here at Mayville State because they want to see you succeed, and they also know you. They kind of take in consideration what you want to learn. So if I specifically say hey, I want to learn more about how to be a positive role model in the classroom, they will, drop everything and help me out so I can, get a baseline for that. What I would tell a student thinking about Mayville State is that you're not going to find a closer family.
It's easy to see yourself here at Valley City State University, where faculty know your name and your dreams, where opportunities stretch as far as your aspirations and your interests drive your college experience. Here you'll find a community that supports you in every aspect of college life, and you'll leave ready to make a difference in the world. See yourself at VCSU. Schedule a tour today.
At Viterbo University, your college experience is personal.
Top academic programs fit your goals. Plus, you'll succeed with personal attention, strong connections, and support every day.
Learn more at www.viterbo.edu/personal.
At Waldorf University, we are warriors. On campus and online. In the classroom and on the field. Our work today will power tomorrow, continuing a rich tradition started in 1903. And once you're one of us, you forever are. Waldorf University, we are warriors.
Back inside the Watertown Civic Arena, really fun first half between two programs that are very, very high cylinder offenses, if you will. I mean, 80 points per game for VCSU, 93 per game for Mayville State. Of course, the Comets, matter of fact, lead the country in terms of points per game at about 93, 92.9. I always appreciated a teacher that rounds up. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay, you've got an 89.97. Can we just round that up to an A? Can we make that an A? And that's what I'm doing right now for Mayville State, 92.9. They are a really, really high-powered team, and the program that just clicks so well together. And Brandon Magruder, really, to be honest, coming in very, very late. This is a head coach that came all the way from Phoenix, Arizona, just before the season started, as they had a couple of departures with some coaches there from Mayville State. And J.C. Kanawate, a guy who was, of course, with the program, was coached up by Brandon Magruder. And J.C. kind of contacted him and said, hey, why don't you apply to be the head coach for Mayville State? And he did. And yada, 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 now he's the head coach for MSU. I mean, it's a wild, wild situation, the way it all kind of went down. I said, did you have any connections with the program? He said, no, but J.C. played for me at a JUCO there in Arizona. He reached out to me, told me to apply for the job. I didn't think I had a chance, but the AD emailed me back that evening, had a chat the next day. Then 2 days later, I was offered the job, and then 2 days later, I'm on the road up to North Dakota. A couple days later, our first practice. You want to talk about a whirlwind. My goodness, all the way from Phoenix to Mayville, a unique experience. It's not your typical coaching story, that is for sure, for head coach Brandon Magruder, the NSAA Coach of the Year for this program, and a head coach that has been very, very generous with his time, so we certainly appreciate that. Speaking of coaches generous with their time, Valley City State head coach Ryan Montgomery doing a great job with his program, and if the Vikings want this to be a Viking second half, again, got to give a shout out to Tanisha Jones. She says, it's going to be a Viking second half. Let's go Vikings. She's watching in from Lancaster, California. And she says it's going to be a Viking second half. And if it is, I think the best thing right now for the Vikings to do in terms of this ball game right now, you got to get back on defense. It's Mayville State. They really like to run and gun. They are one of the more dynamic teams in transition, I think, in the conference and as well as the country. So you got to get back on defense, number one. You got to keep some of your guys out of foul trouble. You've got Hunter Lyman, Joseph Owens, and Devontae Munson with 2 each. And you got to get the ball into the hands of your playmakers. And Munson, certainly one of those guys. Cleveland, Bedgood, Duth Gotch, Caden Ricard. And Joseph Owens, a player that has been really dynamic for Valley City State here this season. And he's just kind of been in foul trouble a little bit. So a couple of situations where if these guys can play, you don't want to say soft defense for Valley City, but, you know, they're calling it kind of tight out there to a degree. So you'd really just have to kind of adapt accordingly. And let's see if they can kind of get some of those guys back on the floor and stay out of foul trouble. 44-36 your score on the scoreboard in the first half. That's what it reads. Valley City State shooting 40%. They are 6 of 10 from beyond the curve, good for 60%. And 6 of 7 from the charity stripe, good for 85%. Vikings do have 10 turnovers. They have forced 8 on the flip side. And they're also -8 on the glass as well, and that's what Mayville State will do to you. Mayville State, another top 10 team in the country in terms of rebounding. They're averaging out rebounding their opponents by about 11 per game. So that's, again, that's what they do. Colby Dellenbeck, really, really tall. Winder Joseph, not a very tall guy, but he's got a motor that just flat out doesn't quit. And, you know, he's high pointed a couple of these as well and out jumped some guys. So 3rd in field goal percentage in the country, 5th in assists per game, 5th in the country in terms of rebounding. So this is what Mayville State does. So for those of you watching this right now and you're saying, oh, this is Mayville State playing out of their tail, they're playing their tails off. No, this is just a standard day at the office for these guys. By the way, Valley City State being led by Caden Ricard, he's got 8. Duth Gotch has 7. Schlottman and Bedgood and Joseph Owens all have 6 each. Thomas Gieske, the NSAA Player of the Year for Mayville State, leads the charge with 11 points. Had an incredible reverse layup going right to the rack. Just an incredible play by him. He also had Winder Joseph with 9 points, also 4 boards. Gieske, by the way, with 6 rebounds as well. Sebastian Griffin, 7 points on 2 of 7 shooting. Nate netted his 3. Jamison Kramer has 6. Tane Mitchell and Trent Blackshire with 4 each. Comets are shooting 41% from the field. 2 for 10 from beyond the curve, but they're making their free throws, man. 14 for 15 from the charity stripe for Mayville State. And as Bart Simpson would say, that ain't not bad. A team that shoots 69.8%. Let's go ahead and round up that bad boy to 70, right? I mean, that's okay, pretty good. You'd like to be around 75 would be ideal, 75 and up. But a team that's making 93% of your throws, you're going to win a lot of ball games. And I still think this one's going to go down to the wire. 44-36 your score on the scoreboard after the game's first 20 minutes. Comets looking for a chance to dance in the NSAA championship tomorrow. I would imagine this is going to be a program that would be, at least in theory, an at-large team into the NAIA national tournament. Even if they lost tonight, you know, if you lose tonight, you know, you just never know. But for a team that'd be 23-6, you would think that'd be good enough for an at-large in a program that's receiving votes in the last top 25 poll. You would think that would be good enough, but you know, there's teams that I look at and I would say over the years, oh boy, that team's clearly a tournament team. And that's not always the case. They don't divulge that formula to broadcasters and media folk. They just kind of say, all right, that's what it is. Shout out to Max Cooper, also watching in. He's a former Comet back in the day, really good post player. Had a little mid-range game that he was always cashing in on. Cody Peterick says we got a dog in the chat. At Max Cooper, yeah, absolutely. Bobby Huggins says good luck in the second half there, JC. Max Cooper says the legacy continues. He's watching all the way from Belfast, which of course is where you had the Titanic that was created way back in the day. All right, let's go ahead and kick things over to Cam Corey down courtside.
And we're joined courtside with Coach Montgomery of Valley City. Coach, you guys led for most of that first half. From your vantage point, what did you do well? And then what's a couple adjustments that you can make for this second half?
You know, I thought we got out transition pretty well. We turned it over a couple times in there, but I thought, you know, when we can set our defense, good things are happening. What we got to improve on is we got to quit turning the ball over, and we got to play a little bit tougher around the rim.
All right. Well, thank you. Thanks for taking a moment with us, and good luck here in the second half.
Thank you.
We'll send it back up to Tewksbury.
All right. Thank you, Cam Corey, visiting in with head coach Ryan Montgomery in his 7th year at the helm, and got a chance to wish him the best last night. And I said to him, Coach, how's your daughter? Of course, his daughter dealing with some health problems over the years, and really cool to see this conference really rally around him a handful of years ago when his daughter was going through some things, and got a chance to catch up with him yesterday. I said, how's she doing? And he said, yeah, she's in great shape, doing really well. She's 5 years old now, so wishing all the blessings to the Montgomery family there. And I said to him, hey, I got a wife that's 6 months pregnant now. He goes, well, you better get your sleep now. So I said, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And he said, get all the sleep that you possibly can right here and right now. Just about a handful of seconds left to go before this one gets underway in the second half. Tanner Nielsen says, let's go Vikes. Preston Jensen says, go Vikings. Cameron Johnson, he says, roll Mets. Let's go for a big second half there. 44-36, your score, as the Vikings, like head coach Montgomery said, just got to clean things up in terms of the turnovers. Now, sometimes they got going just a little bit too quick. Got to clean that up a little bit. Great crowd here tonight. A lot of Mayville State fans making the trek down. Essentially just jumping on 29 straight shot for the most part for them. Handful of Valley City fans here as well. Pass that popcorn up here. Hungry guy. Got some trail mix in between sessions here today. David Tewksbury on hand for the Watertown Aero Activities YouTube stream. It's great to be with you from the Watertown Civic Arena. Both teams with their same starters out there to start up the second half, I would surmise. And just doing a quick once-over. Sure looks that way. Yep, kind of hot day. Mitchell, Griffin, Gieske, and Kramer for MSU. Ricard, Gotch, Munson, Hebrink, and Lyman in there as well. And there's a drive inside. Nice finish by Munson as the Vikings trim the deficit down to 6. Good start for them. A drive and dish. This is Kanahate. Work it for Jamison Kramer. Top of the wheel against Duth Gotch. Looking to skip it, I think, was Mitchell, but he'll keep for the moment. Now work it to the near side for Kanahate. JC in the corner. Griffin for 3. That one short. Rebound back tapped. Nice job by Devontae Munson. And here comes Munson. Full head of steam. He'll peel off. Gotch. Ricard. Thought about a 3. Step back 3-pointer from Caden Ricard. Oh boy, got a good look. Missed it though. Rebound cleared by Hunter Lyman. Muscles his way through. That should be a foul. It is. Jameson Kramer got a little bit too much wrist there. And a good job on the offensive glass. Keeping that play alive by Hunter Lyman. See him got it right there on the wrist. We'll call that every time. In theory, free throws upcoming for VCSU as Hunter Lyman, the Packer from West Fargo High School, will toe the free throw line for a couple. Transfer student from University of Minnesota Crookston. When we talk about weird things people do before games, Lyman says he always has to eat a piece of lettuce before games and drink an energy drink. It's quite the combination, huh? And that's the second free throw. VCSU trims the deficit down to 5. This is Kramer. Back out for Kanahate. Nice ball movement. Gieske. The runner with the right hand off glass. Kind of a scoop and score by Sebastian Griffin with the right hand. Head coach Ryan Montgomery on the sideline calling for a travel. 46-39, counts +7. This is Ricard. Penetrating baseline, gave it up in the corner. Hebrink, 4-3, bottoms out for Tate Hebrink. From downtown, 3-ball, corner pocket, bottom for the gentleman, shooting 33% from beyond the curve. Vikings trim the deficit down to 4. Driving inside, Gieske got 3, missed the bunny, and the ball goes out of bounds off of VCSU and Hunter Lyman. And you don't see Gieske miss a whole lot of those one-footers, but good contest, though, by the defense. Inbounds pass comes to Thomas Gieske. He'll go baseline, lean in, and the foul for Gieske. Who's the guilty party? It's going to be either Munson or Lyman, and both of those guys are in foul trouble. And they're going to give it to Lyman, and that's going to be his 3rd. So Thomas Gieske will toe the free throw line for the and 1. And this guy is just so strong in the painted area. He back squatted 475 pounds earlier on this year. That's some weight, man. 475, you kidding me? Sheesh. Free throw is perfect. I don't think I've ever even squatted anything north of, I don't know, 8 pounds? No. 49-42, Vikings down 7. This is Munson. Work it for Joseph Owens, exploding to the basket. Teardrop, left it short, little contact there. And Owens got to go back on defense without picking up a cheap 3rd foul, and he does. Kanahate looks to give it up and does in the corner for Kramer. Skip pass, Griffin spotting up for 3, book it. That one right in front of the MSU bench, Sebastian Griffin from downtown, and now Tate Hebrink. Check that, Caden Ricard, pardon me, will take a timeout. And Hebrink got a lot of playing time in that first half. He kind of filling in at times for foul troubles and those sorts of situations, but timeout taken by Caden Ricard. 52-42 your score, 17:44 to go in the second half, pardon me. We're back in 30 seconds to Watertown after this.
My name is Tate Hebrink. I'm a senior. I'm a physical
a health and physical education major, and I'm from Austin, Minnesota. My favorite college memory is beating Jamestown at home my first year here. The person I look up to the most is Mom and Dad. When I'm not playing basketball, I like to play video games, hang out with friends. If I could be any animal, it would be an eagle. If I could be any superhero, I would be Iron Man, because he's the GOAT. And if I won the lottery, I would buy a big house that my whole family could live in.
Yeah, that would be nice. Anybody have the winning 5 lottery numbers? That would be swell. That would be fantastic. Shout out to Alexis Henning, watching in, saying go Vikings. Tanner Nielsen says let's go Vikes. Max Cooper says we win for head coach Darren Ty. And Coach Ty, of course, departing the program before the start of the season, but between you and me, I think a guy that did just an absolutely incredible job with this program to turn it around from where it was back in the 2016 season to give them multiple conference crowns as Hebrink drives, leans in and scores. Oh, Tate Hebrink with a little English on that one as well, with a kiss to everyone back up in Valley City. And Tate Hebrink to the free throw line for the and one. But yeah, I mean, Coach Ty did wonders with this program back in the day for Mayville State, and very, very excited to see where that man is going to land at some point in time, because you know darn well he has not coached his last college basketball game. He is as good as there is. This is Kramer in the corner for Griffin. He's doubled. Ricard was there. Around the horn it comes. Putting it on the deck. JC. Backdoor feed. Gieske, what a catch. JC Kanahate with just an absolute seeing eye pass. And Gieske goes glass and lays it in. Boy, what a feed. Ricard for Gotch, left slot. Duth handing off for Munson on the wing. A jab step and a drive for the moment. Kicks out for Hebrink. Hand checked by Kanahate for Ricard on the wing. Split a double team, stops on a dime, looks to give it up and does. 3 on the way by Hebrink, will not fall. Kanahate clears. Foot on the gas pedal, he'll throttle it down. Bounce pass, extra pass picked off by Hebrink. Leaking out is Duth Gotch, and look out. And he blew the dunk. Oh goodness. Back the other way comes MSU. Kanahate coast to coast, whistle and the foul. Caden Ricard with the blocking foul, and I don't know, man. Looked like his foot, nope, he was in the restricted area. That's a good call. He couldn't believe it, but that's a good call. His feet were just inside the restricted area. Referee's right on top of it, and it's a 56-44 advantage for Mayville State. Boy, I thought his feet were set, and he was outside the restricted area. His feet were set, but just inside. So a blocking foul, the call, and they got that one 100% correct. He might have been leaning a little bit too, just a little bit, but anytime your feet are inside the half circle, it's curtains. Kanahate for the and one. 67% foul shooter on the season, he'll stone it. Rebound taken by Devontae Munson. 56-44 your score in favor of MSU. A little bit of separation here, but Vikings are not going to go quietly. 16-15 to go. Owens driving, muscling his way through. Good defense, ball out of bounds off of Mayville State. Boy, they're really letting him play. Owens was just working Jamison Kramer there, but Kramer just trying to stand his ground and just hold on for dear life there a little bit. Great play by both guys. Owens gets the inbounds pass. It's Gotch on a curl for 3, needs it, won't go. Rebound taken by Oyette, fighting for it. Behind the back pass, Gieske gets it near side for Griffin, and I think he walked. Or did he get fouled by Hebrink? Now the referees are going to get between Joseph Owens. And now Joseph Owens gets teed up. Owens must have said something to a Comet. And now you got to be smart. You know, you're down by 12. Kind of feels like things are slipping away from you a little bit, but there's a lot of time left in this game. You got to play within yourself, and you got to be smarter than that. You can't take any situations where you're talking junk and get teed up, and unfortunately, Joseph Owens just got the tee. Got to be smarter. You know, if you're the Vikings right now, you just got to reel this thing back in right now. Take a breath and just get back to work. foul, by the way, was on there was a foul on the play on the near side, and a technical foul, but no free throws upcoming, which is kind of interesting. Giese gets the inbounds pass, and the runner with the right hand is up and good for Tane Mitchell. 58-44 as Hebrink is doubled, and he's going to be fouled by Kanahate, as well as Mitchell. And let's see who the foul's going to be on. I think it's going to be on JC, Juan Carlos, his first. 58-44 your score. Comets with the lead. And Hebrink gets the inbounds pass, checked by JC. Near midcourt, little separation there. One back feed. This is Munson. Kick to the corner for Gotch. Duth banging down low with Gieske. Back outside for Oyet. Drives inside. He took a shot to the face. Did the Comet, but it's going to be a foul on him. Boy, Tane Mitchell took a shot. And free throws are upcoming here for VCSU. I mean, it's a physical game. Edmund Paul Oyet, 6'3" senior guard, transferred from Riverland Community College. I mean, he just looks like a guy to me that could play any sport that he wanted to and be successful at it. And he's got a great frame, great basketball frame. As his first free throws up and good. He also played soccer back in the day too. Track and field star from Mankato East, the Cougar. Also moved from Africa to the United States at age 11. Eddie Oyet did, kind of a cool deal. Second free throw up and good for him as well. So Oyet trims the deficit down to a dozen. 58-46, 15:30 to go in the ball game. Comets with a 12-point lead. This is Tane Mitchell. Left it inside, poked away and stolen away by Duth Gotch. Full head of steam. Here's Oyet again. Step through, layup, no. Offensive rebound, no, but a foul. The Vikings are starting to crash the glass here a little bit harder. And that's good to see if you're a Vikings fan right now. You know, something that they have struggled with against this Mayville State team. And again, Mayville will do that to you. They're a very, very tall team. Mayville State right now plus 10 on the glass as Duth Gotch heads to the free throw line for a couple. Duth toes the free throw line. His first is no good. Transfer from NDSCS. Hit 193 pointers at NDSCS in a season. That's a record. Or I should say in the 2-year frame there. He'll get one more. And they'll split a pair. So the Vikings just kind of slowly creeping their way back in a little bit. 58-47. Winder Joseph back in, as well as Blackshire as well for Mayville State. One bounce feed, got through. Gotch poked it away. Chased down by Oyet. What a play by Eddie. Gotch left wing. Back for Oyet for three and left it way short. I'm not sure if he knew that he wanted to shoot that or not. Rebound taken by Mayville State. Blackshire, fadeaway Jay, Rebound into the hands of, I think it's off of Mayville. Nope, they're going to say it's off of Valley City. Well, now one referee says this way. Yeah, I think that's the right call. Looked to me like it was off of the Comets. NSU gets it. Back on the following possession, not this one. We'll go back on defense now. 14:43 to go in the game. MSU plus 11 as Tate Hebrink runs point. Vikings shooting 37% for the ball game. Mayville State at 47%. Driving and kicking, loose ball taken away. Leaking out is Joseph, he'll play catch. Tough shot, oh my word, are you serious? Winder Joseph made an incredible catch and laid it in and goes into the third row too. Is he okay? He took a shot and he is okay. Look at this shot by Joseph. And he took a shot to the hip there from the bleachers. That might be one of the best plays I have seen in a long time. I mean, he's running at 100 miles an hour, full-on sprint, stops and puts it in with a little English, Spanish, and French off the window. That was gorgeous. Winder Joseph, you gotta stop it. Wow. 60-47 your score with 14:16 to go in the game. Gotch tries to respond with a three of his own. It is dancing all around the rim, missed it. Ball out of bounds, I think off of VCSU, and it is. Oh, man, I cannot get over that play by Winder Joseph. That is absurd. 11 points for Wynn on 4 of 5 shooting. 16 from Gieske, a dozen from Griffin. Vikings still looking to get somebody in double figures. Blackshire works it near side. Prodding, looking to hand it off. Blackshire gets it. Trent with 15 to shoot. Now 11, lost it, got it back. Spotting up is Griffin for 3. Missed it. Rebound into the hands of Gieske, fighting for it and just winning on it. I mean, he's just got a grin on his face, beaming from ear to ear. He's just working so hard. Hebrink is going to take a timeout as Joseph was looking to pick his pocket. 62-47, Mayville State plus 15 with a little separation. Vikings need a big possession after this timeout. 30-second break from Watertown.
For most people, every day isn't about moving and managing money. Most of us have bigger things to tackle, jobs to do. Money shouldn't be the focus of your day. Our job is making sure it stays that way. Questions answered, time saved, confidence restored, and every day improved. First Interstate Bank, built for you.
62-47 your score. Shout outs to Amy Fogestad, Max Cooper saying, wow, Winder, what a play. Yeah, that might be one of the crazier plays I've seen all season. And we've seen some great stuff in coverage of this conference, but that play by Winder Joseph was just bananas. That was incredible. Munson prodding, floating, needs it. Offensive rebound put back, no, but a foul. Good play by Hunter Lyman inside the painted area. Just banging down low, fighting for that loose ball rebound. And he got hit on the arm, I think by Kramer, I think. Yep, it was Jamison Kramer. That's going to be his third. So free throws upcoming as Lyman will stroke home the first. Another multi-sport athlete, basketball, football. Again, in talking with all these athletes in preparation for these games, 8 teams to prepare for. The amount of times, as Jacques Sofra is going to check in for Mayville State, second free throw by Lyman is good again. The amount of players that specialized in just basketball in high school, you can probably count on 2 hands. And you've got so many players within this tournament this weekend in Watertown. It just shows you got to be diverse in your athletics, by and large. Sofra driving, back out for Blackshire. Blackshire elevates from 12, not this time. Rebound taken by Lyman. Trent Blackshire with the misfire. Back the other way, that's got to be a foul. Yep, Trent Blackshire picks up the whistle there. That'll be his first. As looking to get on the highway was Munson. And he'll head to the free throw line for a couple. Devontae Munson, first team all-conference player, sports management major. He'll toe the free throw line. He'll get a 1-and-1. First free throw is good. By way of Roseville Area High School, the Raider, another multi-sport athlete, football and basketball. He's got the nickname of Day Day. I don't know if that's any relation to the movie Next Friday. By the way, first Friday, the absolute best. Second Friday, it's okay. The rest of them, I haven't seen them, but the first one was just the tops. 62-51, Blackshire lost it, now jumps in the air and is fouled by Ricard, I think. And that'll be team foul number 4 on Mayville State. Cleveland Bedgood in, Ricard out. Oyette also a seat on the bench. So you've got Bedgood, Munson, Hebrink, Lyman, and Gotch, the 5 on the floor for VCSU. Joseph, nice pass in the corner, nice active hands defensively by Devontae Munson, knocked that ball out of bounds. 62-51, 12:43 to go in the ball game. Mayville State enjoying this one. Great crowd on hand from their perspective. Inbounds pass comes for Jacques Sofra. Peel off to the wing, he needs help. Works it for Blackshire with 10 to shoot. Blackshire for Joseph. Sofra elevates from 18, puts it in. It just felt like nothing was clicking, but there's just no panic at all in this Mayville State offense. Even things aren't going smoothly, just make a play. Lyman inside the lane, muscles his way through, and he is going to lose it out of bounds. Colby Dillenbeck knocked that ball free and out of bounds off of Colby there. Get a good shot of Colby there with the tattoos in the left arm. That guy is just an absolute hoss. From Coppell High School, the Cowboy. Pass inside, lay it up and in. Hunter Lyman off the window. Trims the deficit down to 11. 12:07 left go in this one. Winder Joseph crosses the timeline. Head coach in the ready position to play a little shortstop. Blackshire prodding inside, lost it for the moment, got it back. Safra lifting for three, looks good, it is good. From our vantage point, that one looked like it was going to go right down the heart of the net, and oh baby, it did. 67-53 Comets as Safra connects from that wing. This is Bedgood to the top of the circle against Safra. Lost it, got it back. 15 to shoot. Back outside for Hebrink. Lyman against Dillenbeck. A couple of big boys banging down there. Tough shot, got it to go off the glass. Shooter's touch from Hunter Lyman. And free throw upcoming here for VCSU, and that might be the little shot in the arm that they kind of needed. Especially after a big three-pointer on the other end by Jacques Safra. Dillenbeck picks up the whistle, that's his first. And Lyman's free throw is good. He's had a quiet, solid night tonight. Hunter Lyman, that is. Been very solid, particularly in the second half. Blackshire plays Joseph. Winder, nice pass for Dillenbeck, and he is stuffed, but a foul. 11:21 left to go. And free throws upcoming here for Colby Dillenbeck. Coming up at the media timeout here within the next minute and a half plus. We're going to do a look-alike situation. We're going to look at some fans across the crowd and see if we can find, hey, this guy looks kind of like so-and-so, or that gal looks like so-and-so. First free throw missed by Dillenbeck. We'll get one more, so we'll have that. That's always a fun thing to do. We'll have that for you coming up shortly. Second free throw up and good by Big Cheese, Colby Dillenbeck. I mean, come on, look at the guy. 6'5", 233 pounds. He could be a tight end. This is Gotch handing off near side. Munson, nice move inside the lane. Banging down low, back out for Hebrink for three. Short, all around the rim, whistle. Missed it, foul on the floor. Coach Montgomery just can't believe it. He's got his hands on his head, saying, oy vey. Loose ball foul is on the Vikings. And I think it's on Hunter Lyman, and that's his fourth. 68-56. And now you've got a lot of free throws coming up for the remainder of this one. Mayville State has committed 9 fouls. Valley City has committed 7, so both teams in the bonus for the final 11:01 left to go in this one. And free throws upcoming for Dillenbeck once again. This is a 1-and-1. Missed it. Rebound taken by Gieske. Muscles his way through. Missed it. Rebound taken by Owens. Presses the gas. Kicks out for Hebrink in the corner. Bedgood lifting for three. But a foul. And Cleveland Bedgood, if you can make all 3 of these, it's a 3-possession ball game. I mean, with 10:50 to go, that's striking distance. As Cleveland Bedgood will get a couple, 3 of them as a matter of fact. Transfer from Riverland Community College will get 3 free throws. Bedgood on the season, 69%. All rope on number 1. We'll get 2 more. Second one in the air for Cleveland. They'll put it in. Always appreciate a guy named Cleveland. I always think of that scene from the movie Forrest Gump. So it's Cleveland. He was from Detroit. Tex was from, I can't remember where Tex was from. They had all those different names of guys with the first name of a city. And you would think Tex would be from Texas, but Forrest couldn't remember. Cleveland perfect in all 3 of those free throws. Outstanding shooting from him. Baseline drive, and flushing it is Dillenbeck. Colby Dillenbeck hammers it down with the two-fisted flush. And just like that, the advantage is back up to 11 as Joseph gives chase with Hebrink, and it's taken away by Jacques Safra. Joseph finds Blackshire for Dylan Beck. The lob for Gieske, who will be blocked, but a foul. And Joseph Owens is in disbelief. Let's see if we can pick it up. It's going to be on Owens. That's his fourth. There's the flush, by the way. That was that last play. But Gieske to the free throw line, and tough call on Joseph Owens, who has had a tough night tonight in terms of some calls going the opposite way. As he picked up that technical earlier. Now this foul, that's his fourth. And for the final 10-18, as the first free throw rims out for Thomas Gieske. 11-point game, again, still within striking distance if you're VCSU. Vikings just need to get a little bit of momentum. Plenty of time left to go in this one, no question. Got to box out number one here if you're Duth Gotch. He does, nice job against Blackshire. Gieske says, don't worry about it though, as he makes the free throw. 71-59, 10-15 to go in the game. Comets, healthy advantage. Schlottman back in the game for VCSU. Hebrink on the wing. Calling for it is Munson. Hebrink keeps it. Tough shot. Wow. Tate Hebrink showing a little extra English there. Now Blackshire drives. He lost it, had it taken away, but Dylan Beck gets it back, throws up a wild shot. That will not go, and Blackshire did not establish himself. Blackshire, you got to get back in the floor, out of the baseline, and get both feet down before touching the ball. It's a good call. 71-61 your score with 9:48 to go, and I think they just blew right through the media timeout. So away we go. 71-61, Comets plus 10, 9:40 to go. Hebrink looking to hand off, and he does. This is Cleveland Bedgood, far side. Cleveland penetrates. That's a long two. Bedgood starting to stroke it from beyond the curve. That one just inside it. You'd love that shoe just to be about one size shorter. Just ask Kevin Durant about that one from a couple of years ago, but a great shot from Cleveland Bedgood. He's heating up. Dylan Beck gets it right back at him. He lays it in with the right hand as Dylan Beck has 5. 73-63 your score. Now Hebrink just lost it and taken away by Joseph. Joseph back inside for Blackshire. Stick it with the right hand. 75-63 with 8:55 to go. Valley City in desperate need for a field goal. Bedgood lifting for 3, won't go. Rebound taken by Trent Blackshire. The outlet to Winder Joseph. Looks like both teams kind of running on fumes here to a degree. Safra trying to establish Dylan Beck. Blackshire, the leaner from 12. And right now, Valley City, I think you got to take a timeout. I mean, you're down 14 with 8.5 to go. As Hebrink gets past Joseph and a timeout taken. Vikings are in trouble. And there's that last stick home by Trent Blackshire as we take a look at our look-alike challenge, and we'll see what we got between celebrity and, I think I know who this one should be. Stone Cold Steve Austin. You can go with that gentleman right there. There you go. You got Mr. Claus, played by Tim Allen there on the left-hand side. And who do we got? Okay. Not too far off. Need a little bit more hair up top, but that's okay. All right, we got Mr. Sanders, not the Colonel. Let's see if we can find somebody. A Viking fan right there. Doesn't have any gloves, but a smile on his face. Oh boy, this could get interesting. Hey, head coach Sean Chafin from Waldorf. The Warriors, yeah. First-year head coach for the Warriors squad. Done a nice job turning that program around there a little bit. Shout out to him. Hey, Justin Timberlake, guy bringing sexy back. Who do we got? This gentleman. This guy says, what, me? No way. I've just been complimented. We'll take it. Oh, that's great. That's good stuff. 77-63. Comets plus 14 and enjoying the lead. much like the crowd in that last exchange. That's good stuff. Hey, shout out to Damian Luna, watching and listening in. He says, love you, Tukes. Love Dame. Well, Dame right back at you there, bud. And we're going to have a whistle, and I think an offensive foul, maybe, on VCSU. Maybe a shot clock situation. Duth Gotch just picked up an offensive foul. Must have been for a moving screen. It was away from the ball. I must confess, I did not see that one. Comets with Uncle Mo on their side right now. That's momentum. 77-63. Comets enjoying the lead, but again, there's still time. I mean, 8:22 left to go in the game. If you're Mayville State, you just continue to put the throttle down. But if you're Valley City, you got to take it one possession at a time here, and it starts on this defensive possession. You got to make a play. Safra plays Joseph. Jacques straight away for three. Book it. I mean, they're hitting everything, man. I mean, they are just locked and loaded. Inside, outside, free throw line, sticking it home on dunks. Dylan Beck, Blackshire. This looks like a team that playing with like they're on a mission right now. Duth Gotch is going to get both those points back, though. Trim the deficit right back down to 15. Blackshire plays Safra. Back for Trent, pulls up from 12. Oh, man, they're just making it look easy, aren't they? Trent Blackshire and Mayville State shooting 52%. Blackshire's in double figures. He's got 10. Winder Joseph in double figures. Griffin and Gieske. This is Ricard, 4-3. Boy, he needed that one big time as Caden Ricard drains the three-pointer to trim the deficit down to 14. Head Coach Monty takes a timeout. Coach Ryan Montgomery to set up the defense, and we're going to take a 1-minute timeout right here and right now from Watertown.
My name is Devontae Munson. I'm a senior. I'm a sports management major, and I'm from St. Paul, Minnesota. My go-to meal is probably eggs or Frosted Flakes. My favorite sports team is the Milwaukee Bucks. My favorite TV show is Family Guy. The person I look up to most is my cousin Brandon. And when I'm not playing when I'm not playing basketball, I like to play 2K. If I could travel anywhere in the world, it would probably be Brazil.
Shout out to Devontae Munson. Hey, his favorite NBA team is my favorite NBA team, Milwaukee Bucks. I grew up watching the Big Three: Ray Allen, Sam Cassell, Glenn Robinson. It was a fun team. Of course, that team never won the championship. I always thought things were a little bit curious the way things went down in Game 7 against the Sixers back in '01, but that's neither here nor there. Of course, champions a couple of years ago with Giannis Antetokounmpo. And Devontae Munson, he has had himself a great season. First team all-conference player, the sports management major. And he's been a joy to watch this evening and this season. I mean, this is the third time I've seen him, of course, calling presentation college basketball games this season. He's been a stud, absolutely. Safra got away with an extra step, I thought. Yeah, not this time. Referee blows the whistle as Mayville gives it up for the time here today. Comets are shooting 52% for the ball game. Valley City with still time yet. They need to chip this thing away possession by possession. Ricard elevates, tough shot from 14. Fading to his right, and the deficit is a dozen. Still time, just a little bit less than 7 minutes to go in this one. In the front court comes Safra. Jacques plays Jeff, and Eddie Oyette runs right into it. Edmund Paul Oyette picks up the foul there, just kind of going for the ball. No malice intended, but a foul nonetheless. And Winder Joseph will toe the free throw line for a couple of throws here. Joseph has been really, really solid tonight, particularly passing it, and even from the free throw line too, as he now goes 4 for 4. Joseph has 3 assists here tonight. And Joseph was in first grade. I think this is a cool story. Made a hoop with a crate to play full court just as a youngster. You know, just like you give him the tools, the love for the game develops. That's a cool deal. Joseph goes 2 for 2. 83 to 70. 6:48 to go. Joseph from the free throw line tonight, a perfect 5 for 5. This is Munson accelerating inside, whistle and a foul. Maybe a push. With 6:40 left to go in this one. Of course, this is the grudge match of the season. Mayville State beating Valley City by a dozen. First time out between these two programs. 84-72. The Vikings retaliated with a 4-point victory as Munson strokes home the first free throw. Won that ball game 102-98. And this is kind of the one for bragging rights, and no question the one that's most important as well, because this is for the opportunity to keep dancing. He'll go 2 for 2. Munson will. Had himself a nice night at the office here tonight. Munson has. Joseph accelerating into the front court. Gotch kind of reached in there a little bit. Open in the corner is Safra. Nice close out there by Ricard. He'll work it to the corner, far side. Tough shot, was partially deflected by Cleveland Good, but got it back and laying it up and in off the window. Sebastian Griffin. Back the other way with haste. Losing it out of bounds off Blackshire. Oh, no. That ball got knocked out of bounds by Trent Blackshire. Referee's going to talk about this one, and it'll stay on this end. Referee who was watching it just must have blinked or something. Just missed it. Good job by the other guys in stripes getting that right. 6:08 to go. Comets plus 14. Caden Ricard will trigger in. He's got Bedgood. Caden. Joseph Owens. Crossover. Spins. Tough shot. Might get called for steps here maybe. Or a foul. Yeah, there was, I mean, you could see he kind of got bumped a little bit, I thought. Right about there. A little bit, maybe. Kind of sold it a little bit, just kind of lost his footing, to be honest, but referee might have saw a little bit of contact before he lost the footing, or he might have said he lost his footing because he got pushed a little bit. So Owens to the free throw line for a couple here. First free throw is up and down for Joseph Owens. First game that he ever played for the Vikings, dropping 27 points off the bench, named the NSAA Player of the Week. And Owens, he's got some ups, man. Seen him on some highlight reels this season where he's just getting elevation. And from DeKalb, Illinois, that's not that far off from where I'm from. He goes 2 for 2, and Blackshire just threw it away. Ricard says, I didn't touch it, and he didn't. So Mayville gives it up, and the Vikings steal a possession. Ricard will trigger in baseline left of the hoop. Don't forget Dickinson and Waldorf at the conclusion of this one as well. Got to get it in quick here, and it comes into the hands of two players, and we're going to have a held ball between Safra and Bedgood, and possession arrow favors Mayville State. So we'll switch that. With 5:59 to go, the turnover does not harm Mayville State as they get it right on back on a held ball. Safra lost it, and Oyette knocked it free. Blackshire had it poked away and stolen away. Here comes Devontae Munson. 3-on-2. Munson stepped through, blocked by Joseph and taken away by Blackshire. 3-on-3 the other way. Loose ball. I think Ricard touched it, I think. Referee saw it the exact same way. Caden Ricard, great effort for him on defense. You know, both of these teams just leaving it all out there. Wouldn't expect anything less. 86-74. Comets enjoying a 12-point advantage. Still 5:39 to go. Still time yet if you're VCSU, but you got to make a defensive play, and that's not going to help. Trent Blackshire. He's got a dozen on 6 of 10 from the field. Very economical, 60%. This is Ricard elevating. He thought he was fouled. Referees say no. Taken away by MSU. Joseph. Bounce pass for Griffin. He lost it for the moment. All got kicked, I think, by Cleveland Bedgood. Mayville State in the driver's seat. They just continue to put that throttle down. Valley City just needs stops and stops and stops, and they got to cash in on offense, but going up against a team that just always finds a way to get good looks. Safra fading away. Tries to bank it, won't go. Rebound for Devontae Munson. Works it into the front court. He just kind of pushed off, didn't he? Ball goes out of bounds. Munson just extending that off arm there. Mayville State bench, it was like simultaneous combustion on their bench. They're just like, how is that not an offensive foul? Well, he lost it out of bounds anyway. Mayville State gets it back, leading big. Griffin plays Blackshire. Both teams are in the double bonus. Safra for Gieske for Blackshire, lay it up, no, but he's fouled. And I think it's going to be on Bedgood. Yep, it is. Cleveland picks up his first. Bedgood has had a nice night at the office here tonight. And more free throws upcoming for Mayville State. Trent Blackshire might have taken a shot to the face there a little bit. He's kind of wiping his face there a little bit. Trent Blackshire, second team all-conference player. And he led to the free throw line for a couple. Transfer from San Jose City College. Track and field, 19.7 feet in the long jump. Sheesh, 19.7. That's crazy. Second free throw is good, and Joseph Owens just got teed up and just run from this ball game. I don't know what he said, but apparently it was enough to warrant a tee, and Joseph Owens sees his night unfortunately come to an unceremonious end. So an early shower for Joseph Owens, who's had just a tough time getting going tonight, as Winder Joseph will head to the free throw line for the free throws. Owens with 8 points on 3 of 8 shooting, 5 rebounds, and 5 fouls, as Joseph will toe the free throw line for a couple. 4:58 left to go in this one. Comets plus 16, and they're looking to pour it on here a little bit too. Head coach Brandon McGruder, there he is on the right-hand side of your screen. Conference coach of the season. There's head coach Ryan Montgomery. Done a great job with this Vikings program as well. And barring a huge collapse and a huge turnaround, unfortunately, if you're a Vikings fan, Vikings season looks like it's going to be coming to a close here. But still 4:58 left to go, as Joseph Owens is escorted out of the gymnasium. Comets fans anointing him a little bit, just reminding him. And Joseph's first free throw is no good. Winder. He's had a really solid day here today. 13 points. That was his first missed free throw of the ball game, by the way. He was 5 for 5 going into this trip. And he'll splash home the second. 6 for 7 on the day for Winder Joseph. A guy that's a 68% foul shooter on the season. Made 17 free throws all year. He's got 6 made tonight. And now you're going to get more free throws coming up, because the foul on the floor was against VCSU to start. So that would be 2 free throws. Then, of course, Joseph got teed up, which is, of course, 2 more. So Joseph to the free throw line for another 2-shot trip. He departs. Hunter Lyman back in. As Winder Joseph receives the Spalding. Big shout out to our staff here in Watertown today. Ryan Remmer's crew doing a great job miking up those nets. Always sounds great. There's something just so special about stuff like that. I mean, there's some great sounds in sports. The sound of a ball hitting a golf club. Great contact in baseball. Somebody casting a net, or rather casting a line in fishing. How about a swish in the game of basketball? Ricard misfires, and rebound cleared by Mayville State as they lead it by 19 with 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go. And right now you just kind of dribble some of the air out of this ball right now for Mayville State and just kill some clock. Safra swings for Joseph. Winder prodding, lost it. Goes through right the hands of everybody, and Gieske gets swatted, but Joseph got it back with 10 to shoot. Safra for Joseph, lifting for 3. That one's off the heel. Rebound taken by Cleveland Bedgood. Bedgood back in transition quickly. He might stop and pop, he does. That one's off the heel. Thomas Gieske's gonna watch that one go out of bounds and avoid the rebound there. So Valley City gonna see their season come to an end here likely at 16-14 and 8-7 in the North Star. Mayville State gonna up their record to 24-5 and 13-2 in the NSAA. And Mayville State awaits the winner as Gieske lays it in. We're gonna await the winner of Dickinson and Waldorf, and you would think that Dickinson would be the quote-unquote favorite there, as Ricard will take a timeout, but I tell you what, the way Waldorf's playing right now, you got Tyrion Johnson, who's that double-double machine. Don't pencil Dickinson State in the final yet. That'll be a good matchup. Timeout on the floor. We are back to the Watertown Civic Arena in 1 minute.
I'm Thomas Gieske.
I'm James Kramer. We're Mayville State men's basketball. Would you rather live on the ocean or on the moon?
On the moon.
Would you rather lose all your money or all your pictures?
All my pictures.
Would you rather have invisibility or flight?
Flight.
Would you rather always be slightly late or super early?
Super early.
Would you rather give up your smartphone or your computer?
Computer.
Would you rather be able to run 100 miles per hour or fly at 10 miles per hour?
Fly at 10 miles per hour.
Really? I'm going 100 miles an hour. Well, I guess the question is, are they going to catch me? And the cop's going to pull me over. I'm going 100 miles an hour the whole time. Now, flying 10 miles an hour is not very fast, but yeah, you're also flying, which is a pretty sweet deal. But one thing is for sure, I can do neither. Matter of fact, I don't even think I've ever been in a car that's been going 100 miles per hour. Once again, continue to send in those chats on the old YouTube stream there. Bobby Huggins says congratulations to the Comets and JC Kanawate. And it's going to look like the Comets are going to advance. As Ricard gets it in the corner. This is Gotch driving, floating, missing. Oh, board though by VCSU, but ripped away by Gieske. 3-on-3 numbers back the other way. Safra just dribbled it into traffic. Winder Joseph just comes out of nowhere, and Duth Gotch and Joseph getting at it. Now you got to look out here. You got to be smart if you're Winder Joseph. And I'm going to guess that Duth Gotch might get run from this game. Trent Blackshire doing the right thing, helping his teammate out, saying, hey, we got to play tomorrow. We got to play tomorrow. We need you tomorrow. And I would not be shocked to see Duth Gotch get tossed here a little bit. I mean, it's a frustrating way to see your season come to a close, but again, you just got to finish the game the right way, guys. And referees are going to talk things over, and it's going to be a technical foul for sure on Duth, but will they run him? That's the next question. Just kind of frustrating. And I think he just kind of got caught up in the heat of the moment there a little bit. I don't think there was too much malice there, but you never know. Third time these two teams play each other, they're going to call it T. On Duth Gotch, obviously, knew that was coming. Picks up the foul there. It'll be his second. And Joseph and Gotch kind of looking at each other a little bit. And they're kind of talking to each other a little bit. Now, if you're Winder Joseph, again, you got to turn your back on him. Anything short of you shaking the guy's hand, you just got to forget about it. So if you're going to be playing tomorrow, and Mayville State needs you. And Joseph kind of clapping his hands, just kind of getting this crowd into it a little bit. And just a frustrated player Duth Gotch is after that. I think he's just frustrated. That's it. Nobody likes to lose. Nobody likes to lose by double digits, as Joseph will make the first free throw. But again, you got to finish this game the right way. Great play, though, by Blackshire. I mean, just kind of running up to Winder Joseph and saying, hey, we're not doing that. And, of course, he was fouled as well. Joseph made both free throws the first time. He'll get 2 more. You know, I know Thomas Gieske is the conference player of the year, but I don't know, man. I think Winder Joseph has been the player of the game tonight. He has just made so many plays on both ends of the floor, both offense and defense. He's passed it well. Gieske has 19 tonight. But that's what I'm talking about with Gieske. It's like you watch the game tonight and you're like, yeah, he's been fine tonight. He hasn't really done anything special. Then you look at the stats and you're like, yeah, he's got 19 points. Inbounds pass comes for Safra. Griffin in the corner. But also at the exact same token, if you're the head coach, Brandon McGruder, as Safra steps out of bounds, do you think about resting your guys for the final 3:17? I mean, you're up by 24 points. Gieske still out there. Joseph, Blackshire. These are guys that get significant time. Do you think about saying, as Ricard takes a three and he'll splash that one home, you think about saying, all right, well, we're playing for tomorrow. Safra on the wing, far side, plays Blackshire. And that pass get through a handful of people's legs and saved by BCSU. Gotch for Munson, lay it in. Devontae Munson lays it in to trim the deficit down to 19 with 2:48 to go. Blackshire will cross the timeline. Lays Safra there, play a little catch. Just trying to kill some clock right now are the Comets. Joseph in the corner for a knockout three from Griffin. Around and out. Rebound to Gieske, muscles his way through, goes glass, not this time. And picked up by Duth. Ricard, stop and pop three-pointer. Around and out, offensive rebound and putback by Devontae Munson. And the advantage trimmed down to 17. So Valley City, they're not quitting. And Mayville State, it's a 7-0 run here. They're looking for more as taken away by Ricard and a loose ball foul on Gieske. So maybe that's why a handful of the starters are still out there. But I would submit, backups can surrender a 7-0 run too, I guess, but that's the way it goes. Ricard will get a couple. NSAA honorable mention. Caden's first free throw as he's got the clean shave here today. Yep, shaves before every single game. Shaves the face before every game. I haven't had a cleanly shaven face since the 2010s. Been a while. One more free throw here for Caden. And an 8-0 run as J.C. Kanahwate back in for MSU. He's got Blackshire about 3/4 up the court. And he's got him. Blackshire, here comes the double. Plays Joseph. Kanahwate. 2 minutes to go. 16-point deficit. Griffin dribbles out of traffic. Shot clock at 14. Joseph on the near side has Blackshire. Gieske in the pop-up zone. Skip it. JC thought about a three. Plays Blackshire from 13. Bank at home. Even on a Saturday night at 7:50 in the p.m. Central Standard Time, the bank is allegedly open here in Watertown as the Comets hit a C note. 100 points. And they lead it 182 and losing it and taken away. Here comes Kanahwate, the lob inside, and going glass is Sebastian Griffin for two more. This is such an unselfish basketball team, man. 24 assists on 35 made field goals. I mean, the assists that they've got on a nightly basis. As Gotch drives inside, he'll lean in, he'll miss. Loose ball taken by Gieske. Outlet pass to Blackshire, over the shoulder catch. Ricard picked his pocket. Blackshire goes down. He's a little bit slow getting up. Ricard lay it up and missed it with the left hand. Blackshire now gets back up to his feet. He's in the backcourt. Gotch in the corner for three. No. But this is what I'm talking about. I mean, you're up big. You don't want to see anybody get hurt. 102 to 82 with 38 seconds. Kanahwate just dribbling out of the traffic here a little bit and just going to kill some clock here. Mayville State, they will advance to take on the Warriors of Waldorf or the Blue Hawks of Dickinson State. They await the winner. Play shot clock at 4. I don't think they're going to get a shot off here. They'll just basically give it up to somebody else. As Winder Joseph hits a three-pointer, but the shot did not count. So if you're thinking Hey, let's give a vote to somebody out there. Here's your fan vote. Who are you voting for the player of the game? Text the corresponding player number to code 37607. Do you want Thomas Gieske? Do you want Sebastian Griffin? Winder Joseph? Jamison Kramer? My personal vote would go to Winder Joseph. Thomas Gieske's been great and all that, but I don't know, man. Winder Joseph tonight has been magnificent. And that layup that he had in transition, that was bananas. I mean, that was an incredible shot. 19 points for Winder Joseph on 4 of 6 shooting from the field. 11 of 13 from the free throw line for him. Thomas Gieske, just a steady Eddie again. 21 points and 11 rebounds, 7 of 13 from the field for Thomas Gieske. But again, just one of these guys that just, there's nothing about his game that just blows you away. He's just so solid. He's just so steady. Talking about Thomas Gieske and another double-double performance for him here today. And that is his 5th double-double of the season for Thomas Gieske. And a 102-82 final score in this one. We'll see if head coach Brandon McGruder will be able to get roped by Cam Corey, as both teams will head off the floor here, and we'll have Dickinson State against Waldorf coming up in just a bit. And we'll run down the numbers here in this one as well. And we'll see if Coach McGruder will address his team first and foremost, or if he'll head over to Cam Corey. We'll see what they want to do here. Once again, your final 102-82, your final score. And let's see, is he going to go over to the dressing room or talk quick? And they're talking about it right now, and I think he's going to hit the dressing room first. Okay, that works. So while Coach McGruder addresses his crew, we'll come on back and take a look at some of the numbers here in this one. We'll take a 60-second timeout here from Watertown. After this, you're watching and listening to the NSAA Final Four via the Watertown Aero Activities YouTube page.
At Premier, it's about doing what's right for our customers, employees, and communities, giving our time and resources to support what matters most: academics and athletics, arts and entertainment, families and economic development. When you have the right people, financial solutions, and a spirit of service, you build one of the nation's strongest financial organizations. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card. Investing in you. Member FDIC.
So surprising, so much fun on the water, so much more to explore, so much to see, hear, smell, taste, enjoy. So pack your bags, grab the kids, tell the dog. There's so much Watertown, so little time.
Wake up, get ready, start something, finish something, upgrade your life. At Dickinson State University, it's about you. You. College can cost a lot, so pay less. Life is busy, so learn on your schedule. What do you want to be when you grow up? It's all up to you.
At Waldorf University, we are warriors. On campus and online. In the classroom and on the field. Our work today will power tomorrow, continuing a rich tradition started in 1903. And once you're one of us, you forever are. Waldorf University, we are warriors.
What drew me to Mayville State was first the football program, so they offered me a football scholarship. And when I went on my visit, I got to talk to a lot of professors as well as students in the education department. And it really just seemed like a family.
102-82, your final score in favor of the Comets of Mayville State University as they continue to keep their dancing pants on. They take care of business over the Vikings of VCSU. A good game, kind of ended in a blowout, but realistically this game was, I thought, a lot closer than the score might indicate. Two really well-coached teams, but just too much Mayville State offensively in that second half down the stretch. Comets shoot 51% for the ball game, 35 of 68, 5 of 17 from downtown, 29%. They made 27 of their 34 free throws, good for 79%. Thomas Gieski's 5th double-double of the season, 21 points and 11 boards. 6 of those 11 boards were on offense. He was 7 of 13 from the floor tonight. 2 dimes and a steal on defense. Winder Joseph, 19 points and 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He was nails from the free throw line tonight, 11 of 13. 4 for 6 from the field overall for him. 16 points off the bench and 7 rebounds for Trent Blackshire, a very efficient 7 of 11 from the field tonight. Sebastian Griffin, nice stat line. 16 points, 2 assists, 9 rebounds on 6 of 14 shooting. He was 2 for 5 from beyond the curve, made both of his throws. Jacques Safra with 8 points off the bench, 3 of 5 from the field, made 66% of his 3-point shots tonight on 3 attempts. Tane Mitchell and Jamison Kramer had 6 each. Both of those gentlemen also had 3 rebounds. You also had the likes of J.C. Kanahwate with 5 points and 5 helpers, 1 rebound there as well. And Colby Dillenbeck with 5 points and 2 rebounds to boot. And the only player that played tonight that did not score for Mayville State was Danilo Da Silva. 0 of 1 tonight from the floor in just about 4 minutes of playing time there for him. You had 24 assists on 35 made field goals, by the way, for Mayville State. Just outstanding. They did have 19 turnovers, got to clean that up tomorrow. They also go plus 13 on the glass, out rebounding VCSU 45 to 20, make it 33. 45 to 32. That's plus 13. There you go. Elsewhere, VCSU was led by the 17 points from Caden Ricard on 5 of 10 shooting. He was 4 for 6 from distance, 3 for 4 from the charity stripe. Vikings collectively shot 39%, 25 of 64. They were 9 of 23 from downtown, again 39%. They made 23 of their 28 free throws, good for 82%. 10 each from Duth Gotch and Devontae Munson. Munson also snagged 4, make that 7 rebounds, 4 of them on defense. He was 3 for 10 from the field. Duth Gotch was 3 for 12 from the field, 1 for 6 from beyond the curve. Cleveland Bedgood, he had 11 points here in this one, and he was 3 for 8 from the field there as well. 7 points from Tate Hebrink. Hunter Lyman had 8 and 5, and Matthew Schlotman had 6. Joseph Owens with 8 before he got tossed out late, and Eddie Oyette with 5 in this one tonight as well. All right, we're going to go ahead and kick things over once again to Cam Corey, who is visiting courtside with the head coach of the Comets of MSU, victorious head coach Brandon Magruder.
We are joined courtside at postgame with Coach Brandon Magruder of Mayville State University, and you guys won that one. And off air, we were talking about how the score didn't really tell the tale on that intense game, but that's what conference championship basketball, right?
Yep, that's absolutely correct. That's conference tournament basketball, and I didn't expect anything less. And then, like we discussed before, the score of that game didn't tell the tale of it. I mean, that was a hard-fought game. You know, I think they did a really good job of guarding us, forcing us to speed up our play and force a lot of turnovers for us, of which they capitalized on. I'm just proud of our guys that they stayed mentally focused. I think this is probably the best time or best game that our best time all year that we stuck to our actual game plan defensively and chasing shooters off and contesting shots. And I think that's the type of focus that we need going forward if we're going to be successful.
Well, excellent. So, you know, let's talk about this one a little bit and enjoy this one before we talk about tomorrow. But, you know, you had 3 players and Joseph was, you know, named with 19 points. Winder Joseph as the player of the game today. And Thomas Gieske, I believe, had a double-double. You know, what about those players? Tell me a little bit about them.
For Tommy's a do-it-all guy. Absolutely great kid. He's player of the year in our league, and he just does all those small things. He's down there active, banging down low, you know, extending plays. He probably had more rebounds than probably credit for as far as getting hands on ball, sipping, extending plays. Those don't count as in the box score, but he does a really good job of that, keeping balls live, and then his ability to score in the paint. Just an all-around great kid, and I'm extremely proud of Winder Joseph. He did a hell of a job tonight playing. You know, he came off the bench. He still made a lot of good shots, a lot of good reads, and I'm just extremely proud that, you know, you got to see some of the balls go through the hoop. And we look forward to him continuing to bring that energy going forward.
So that's excellent. You know, your players right here are saying Coach of the Year, and you know, that was intense, and I saw you talking to your players, keeping them into the game, staying within themselves, and, you know, so a lot of credit goes to you as a coach there. So let's talk just a little bit about this one, tomorrow going on. Did you come out of tonight healthy?
I think we got a couple bangs and a couple bruises, but I hope we'll be all right. We got trainers here, and we'll be utilizing the spot, the hotel tonight, I'm sure. But you know, our season prepared us for this. You know, we play back-to-back games, Friday, Saturday games, whether we're home on the road, and I think that'll help us out tomorrow in our recovery to get ready for tomorrow's game and whoever we play.
Excellent. So it doesn't matter who you play. Do you match up better against either Waldorf or Dickinson, or?
Both teams are extremely tough. They're both unique in their own ways. You know, we're gonna have our work cut out for us regardless of who we play, and we just gotta go back and you know, get our preparation for tomorrow for whoever it is.
Well, excellent. Thanks for taking some time out of your enjoyment here. Go be with your guys, and we'll look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Congratulations, Coach.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
All right, we're going to send it back up to the best in the business, David Tewksbury.
Best in the business? Oh boy, I don't know about that, but I'll take it. By the way, big shout out goes to head coach Brandon McGruder for saying he does all the small things. I think Tom DeLong and Mark Hoppus and Travis Barker would be big fans of that. If you understand that reference, you're a friend of mine. 102-82, your final score, as Mayville State, they await the winner of Dickinson State and Waldorf University. That's coming up next. We're going to end this stream and head on back to stream number 2 between the next two teams, of course, the Blue Hawks of Dickinson State and the Warriors of Waldorf. All of that more is coming up next. We'll take a break in the action from the Watertown Civic Arena. You're watching and listening to the NSAA Final Four from Watertown.